Games are a wonderful, fantastic thing that will show you stories that you just can't get enough of. And it's not like a movie where the characters or people have a necessarily set chain of actions they have to do for that story to play out. There are characters that you can interact with and get to know, and then there's characters that you never even have to talk to if you choose. So the connection with a game world can be a lot stronger than a connection with a movie world, or it can be a lot weaker if the game's ass. Or you may have different memories of that game than I do, leading to our experiences or memories of that game being entirely different. You could have done something that I didn't do, or I could have done something that you didn't do. Whenever this happens, you get very attached to games, more so than you would a movie, because you feel more connected to that world, and then you're like, man, I can't wait to play the sequel. Now, many games do end up getting sequels, but at the same time, a lot of games also end up not getting fucking jack shit. This could be the challenges of game developments, or maybe the company went under. Because making games is a time-consuming, money-heavy, and complex process. And that doesn't mean I don't still remember these banger-ass games that never got a sequel. And goddammit, I still want a sequel that will probably never come. But they do need to be talked about. So if you were a fucking nerdy-ass kid like me, you probably have a few of these games as well. And you should share them in the comments, because if you don't, they're going to be forgotten. But I'm going to go over a couple of games that I believe desperately deserve a sequel, okay? So sit your sexy ass down. Time Splitters is the first franchise that I just had to go over. I wanted to focus on Time Splitters 2 in particular, because the third one wasn't as well or widely received as the second one, and the second one had this... I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about it in front of you right here. The premise for this game was incredibly unique. The story was very straightforward. Play as a space marine, no, not that kind, who is trying to save all the time crystals from this alien race called the Time Splitter. The story consists of you playing as a space marine, jumping through different time periods, and playing as different people, looking like them and taking their place to retrieve the time crystals in their own little story level. Every level takes place in a different time period, with other characters in a different story. And all of them are bangers. Look at this gameplay, okay? Now, I know it was a long time ago, okay? But imagine this gameplay where you're jumping through different timelines, playing as different people, having your own little niche, unique stories in every level in today's technology and game design. Holy shit! It would be so good. On one level, you'll be a girl dressed up as Harley Quinn saving girls from this mad scientist dude. And then the next, you're playing as a mercenary named Elijah Jones looking for the colonel to save a small town. The gameplay itself was a lot of fun. Each level required you to do a different kind of task, with various unique weapons, and some guns overlapped in each level, but for the most part, there was a lot of unique weapons you got to use in every single level, making its own level feel like a different game almost. The story wasn't deep, but like, who cares? The charm and variety were the real magic of this game, if we're being honest. Which is a valuable part of games I feel like we need more and more today. I would lose it if a sequel was announced. Back in the day, the multiplayer for Time Splitters 2 was also incredible. They had the map maker where each players could make their own maps, and back then that was huge. There was a lot of characters and modes. It was just a lot of fun. Now, yes, the third one was released, but it wasn't my favorite. That's why I want to mainly talk about the second one. It had a very unique setting, and I just have a sentimental pull to the second one because I played it growing up. The fourth one, however, was never made due to publishing issues. Due to Free Radical, the company who made Time Splitters originally, being taken over by Crytek. But whenever it got put on hold, it ended up just never being made. It never got the investments that it needed, leading to it never escaping development hell, much like my brain. All jokes aside, I do love random and unique games that aren't afraid to throw all of these ideas together that probably won't go together, and then let the player just experience it. It's a brave way to make a game, and I commend Free Radical for that. Hopefully at some point in the future, the sequel gets made. I really hope so. On to the next game. Now, instead of jumping between times, let's play a game where time slows down. I had never played the first Fear growing up. I only played the third one with my brother, playing the co-op mode that is basically just a clone of COD Zombies. I had a lot of fun with it. I was very young though, so I didn't totally understand the story, what was going on, or why there was this little girl looking at me off in the distance. Didn't fucking get that. Now I realize that the shift from the centralized, slower, horror, atmospheric gameplay to the fast-paced action gameplay in the third one, making it feel more like Fast and Furious, is why the fans didn't like it. Warning, there are going to be spoilers for the Fear franchise in this section, so if you want to go play it, go play it. It's a good game. First two are pretty good. Third one was pretty It wasn't like critically received, but it was not the most well-received game. The first Fear game is actually incredible. It was one of the reasons I wanted to make this video, is I played through it and I was like, holy shit. The tone is scary and engaging enough that you look forward to the next combat section, because it's fun, fast, and in your face, and holy shit, the AI are smart and communicate to each other like they're real people. Which is genuinely mind-boggling for the year that this game was made. That mixed with the slow-mo, the amazing weapons, and the way your character can move around the map made every combat feel very addicting and fun, and you were looking forward to it. And in between these incredibly fast-paced, adrenaline-pumping combat sections would be long sections of you being alone in dark buildings with this random-ass little girl jump-scaring you, or Paxton Patel, who is like the fucking antagonist of this game, and he looks so uncanny. He makes me feel how the G-Man makes me feel, okay? And it's not a good feeling.
God fucking damn it, dude. Oh, fuck you.
In the story, you are fighting waves of reanimated and possessed soldiers led by Paxton Patel. And you blast them, and it's got funny physics, they go flying everywhere, it's a great time.
Search this area.
And while doing so, you learn about this corporation called the ATC. I'm just going to try to pronounce it. It's probably going to be wrong. The Armacam Technology Corporation. And they abused this girl named Alma Wade and locked her in a vault, put her in an induced coma, and ran experiments on her because of her heightened psychic abilities. Alma is all throughout the game. She's the little girl that you see, and she is fucking scary. She crawls at you at random points. She's just there. And throughout the entire game, your character talks to her a lot, making it feel as if you two are connected. Or you experience her a lot more than anyone else in the game does over the radio or any teammate that's with you. This game massively blended these fast action sections with these amazing slow-paced horror sections that made it so much fun. And it wasn't just jump scares, it was psychological and atmospheric. Which is weird because Alma Wade was induced for having heightened psychic abilities, and it feels like our character has heightened psychic abilities, and oh my god, you find out she's your mom? And we free her fucking ghost, and she goes on a revenge spree, and you blow up the facility, and then she follows you, and the game ends. What? Now, the second game is well received by fans. However, the third one was more critically reviewed. However, I would claim that the franchise is more of a downward trend. The first game was really good, the second game was pretty good, and the third game was, okay / shit. It's a very divisive game. However, the third game did poorly because they were partnered with Warner Bros. And Warner Bros. Mandated that there would be a co-op mode in the third one. You know the mode that I was just talking about, the co-op, the COD survival mode? Giving the team less time and hands to work on the atmospheric horror of the game because Warner Bros. Fucking mandated a co-op mode, leading to the atmospheric horror vision they had never really coming to fruition for the third game. And really, there was just a lot of conflicts and issues between Warner Bros. And Day One and the direction which is gone. And due to the mixed reception of Fear 3, as well as the fact that the devs behind Fear have stepped back and changed into Wargaming West, and Warner Bros. Still owns the IP, there are a lot of ownership hoops to work through. However, that doesn't mean I'm going to lose hope. God damn it, if Resident Evil 7 can revive a franchise, Fear 4 can. Fuck you. You fucking assholes. A game taking the Fear franchise back to its roots is something I yearn for, something the children yearn for. I could go over the lingering effects of the third game, Or maybe even switch it to a new successor project for another team of the Fear team to encounter. They're called the First Encounter Assault Recon. Fuck it, just make it another First Encounter. Just make another one, you know what I'm saying? I hope Warner Bros. Does do something with the IP. They can't just like let it sit, right? They will. They probably will, and they're going to. But can't help but picture a Fear game today and imagine it being incredible if handled right. I do hope that wishful thinking comes to fruition. Now for our third and final game. Rockstar usually makes banger after banger after banger, alright? And Bully is no exception. You play as Jimmy Hopkins, a kid who has been expelled from a lot of high schools, and so his mom and his stepdad send him to basically a correctional facility for kids, but it's a high school. And they said, alright Jimmy, we'll be back in a year, we're gonna go on a cruise and never think about you again until we have to come pick you up, fuck you. And then they leave. And you get introduced to Bulworth Academy, where you're basically going to be staying for the next year, and you realize there are prefects everywhere waiting to discipline kid and abuse their powers, and you live on campus for the duration that you are there. And this game is so fucking good. I wanted to play through the entirety of it again just for this video and gather some footage, and it's so fucking good, dude. Oh my god. While you're at Bulworth, you meet lots of really entertaining and unique characters with fantastic voice acting. It all leans into that heavy absurdity and satirical that Rockstar has for some of their games like GTA. You have your nerds, your greasers, your jocks, and the preppy kids. And the story will progress, and you go through the game. You'll learn about each group, getting to know them more. You'll get into lots of fights. You'll learn fighting moves from the homeless vet behind the school, and he's going to teach you more than the teachers here ever fucking will. Also, during the Halloween mission, one of the essential characters in the game is Gary, dresses like this. That's fucking crazy. And whenever you progress enough through the story, the gates of the high school will actually open and you are able to free roam the town. This game is Grand Theft Auto if you were a juvenile teenager. You can buy bikes, go-karts, go to the carnival, and do a lot of jobs for money like mowing or delivering newspapers. Rockstar made being a misfit in high school so incredibly fun. Not to mention the soundtrack is iconic. The combat system was surprisingly engaging too in this game. I think Rockstar took a lot of bits and pieces from their previous game, The Warriors, which is based off of the movie The Warriors. It has a grappling system, different types of punches like a strong punch, and even a throwing system. And you can use items like stink bombs or your slingshot to hit enemies from afar. There's also this social minigame where you can go up to kids and give them gifts or shit talk them, and it literally works the exact same as Red Dead 2 does, where you can go up and like threaten or be nice to people. But if you see a girl and you like her, you can give her like presents, and then you end up like building a relationship with her. It's pretty cool. The main reason that Bully 2 was never made, I feel like, is obvious. It's just Rockstar has other IPs they want to work on, like GTA and Red Dead 2, because they are far more commercially successful. But oh my god, do I miss this world and the characters that were in it. It was so dumb and over the top that you couldn't help but just play through all of it. The whole entire game was a joke, and I need another one. Now, I'm well aware that the second one probably won't even be about this high school or the same characters. I just want that general vibe again. And I want a sequel to these games because I want more of those memories, because they impacted me more than a movie ever did and affected me a lot growing up as a kid. I enjoyed all of these games. Besides Fear, I did play Fear recently and that game just fucking slapped, and I had to talk about it. So those are the games that I think deserve sequels, more than anything. So, do you have any games on your list that you think deserve a sequel? And if you do, you should talk about them, because I want to hear about them. And we'll cry together. This will be a team effort. But I really hope you guys enjoyed watching, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.